Hi, my name is McCall, and today we're going to take a look at the functions of the Flashpoint R2 transmitter. Okay, so starting off with the basics of the Flashpoint R2 transmitter, over here on the right hand side is the on and off switch. You also have the LCD backlight switch right here, so you can toggle that on and off as well. As we look at the top of it, here is the test fire button, as well as a status light indicator right here next to your hot shoe. Kind of helps indicate what's going on. Over here on the left hand side is the port where you can update the firmware via USB-C type, as well as your old school PC sync terminal. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the different power on options you have with the R2 transmitter. If I hold the channel/OK button down and I turn on the unit, it is going to originate back to its factory default settings. Now if I turn it back off and I hold the group button down while turning it on, it's going to show me all LCD indicators to make sure that they're functioning properly. And the last option you have is holding down the mode button and turning it on. It is going to display the firmware version number. To access the function menu inside of this R2 transmitter, you need to hit the channel/OK button and hold it down for 2 seconds. Now I'm in the function menu. Function 0 is going to delay the transmitter by milliseconds. This number on the bottom, I can delay the fire up to, I believe, 150 milliseconds. So it kind of acts like a second curtain shutter sync if your camera does not have that. So going into function number 1, this actually disables or enables center pin firing. So if you're trying to shoot with a couple different brands, Canon, Nikon, Sony, so on, you can turn this on. So obviously you would lose high-speed sync and TTL, but you would be able to use this in full manual with other brand of cameras. Function 2 sets the zoom head for your speed lights. You can set this manually here through the transmitter, or you can just keep it on automatic, which is what I do most of the time. Function 3 sets the transmitter sync terminal to input or output. So if you're using a PC sync cable in or out of the transmitter, this is something that you'll need to do. Function 4 basically uses the transmitter to set up multi-flash mode. So if you're trying to enable this from your transmitter rather than going to your physical light, this is how you would access that. Now beware, once you access this function, it's actually going to change the layout of your menu, and it will disable manual and TTL shooting it. So function 5 enables the low power setting. By default, for whatever reason, this light or this transmitter stops at 128th power when the Xplor can actually go to 256 power. So I usually enable that because why not if you need it. So function 6 allows you to choose between viewing 3 or 5 groups. If you're only shooting with 2 or 3 lights, you might as well disable 5 because it would just eliminate that much more scrolling and confusion from the transmitter itself. Function 7 enables or disables the focus assist light. Now, at the time of making this video, this light does not work with mirrorless cameras. Maybe it's something they're going to release in the future, but at least right now, it's something that only Nikon and Canon DSLRs can do. So in a nutshell, that is what everything in the function menu does. So another thing that's pretty cool is if you have a Flashpoint Xplor, you can hit this channel/OK button twice and it'll turn the modeling lamp on. Hit it twice again and it'll turn off. If you hold the group button down like so, you can now toggle the output lighting ratio for all of your groups that are selected. That's a pretty neat feature to have. Now if you push and continue to hold the group button through the function menu, you will now enter an alternate method of going through your group list. You will be using the scroll wheel and that white arrow to choose your groups. Now I'm going to set it back to the way that I like to scroll through my groups. Instead of using the scroll wheel, look, I can still see all of my groups. However, I will be clicking the group button to select which group I want to manipulate. And to me, this is the best way to go through this transmitter. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching my video. Hopefully I was able to give you guys some good information about the Flashpoint R2 transmitter. As always, please like, subscribe, and share my content if you enjoy what I'm putting out to you guys. And please just stay tuned for future releases. As always, I'm McCall.